Hi, this is a video companion to the CHABSS Event Schedulers guide. Essentially, this video will step us through scheduling events that have come in for the CHABSS Event Scheduler from requesters who can see specifically SBSB 411. This space is normally not visible by most schedulers on campus. As a scheduler, the first steps is to see any requests that have been submitted. To do this, click the Events tab, and you'll note that I'm already signed in using the CHABSS Event Scheduler. Now, you may be using this account or your own account, but anyway, its first step is to sign in and then click the Events tab. Doing this will open up two of our tabs. Search for events using a keyword if I wanted to go look for events that are in the system, but what I want to do is click Your Event Searches to find one specifically for me. What you'll find under all of the event searches, I click right here, you'll see two event searches that have already been created for you. One will show you all of the requests that have been put in, and another will show you all of the events that are actually going on and have already been scheduled. Now you'll see the one that we want here is the CHABSS event requests. So these are all still in a request state. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and what I will see is any events that have been requested. And you can see by looking at this quickly, I'm looking at a list, not a calendar, as these tabs indicate, and for current and future dates. This is a default view, so just by clicking there, you'll see this, and you can think of this as your to-do list. Going down to the left, I see that I have two events here. I can simply right-click on the event name and see options. The two options I'm most concerned with and will be using are probably the details to see information about the event, but what I want to do is edit the event right away. I want to grab this event and start processing it. So what I will do is click on that. This will open up the event in the event editor. Now, one thing to familiarize yourself with the event editor here is that on the left-hand side we have the event details area. This consists of 4 pages. Let me scroll down a little bit. You will see that each page, as you can see in green here, has 4 editors: the name, the title, the type, and state on this particular one. And as you can see, each additional page has multiple amounts of editors on them, the last page only having 2. To navigate this first page with these 4 editors in it, if I scroll down, you can see that there is a next and a previous button at the bottom. And by clicking that, I can navigate to the second page. You can see that is now highlighted in green. Or I can simply click on the page itself anywhere in it, and that will jump me to that page as well. Either mode of navigation is basically go with what you think is the easiest. Now, what I'm looking at here is somebody's event that has already been submitted. So I've already got things like the event name, I have the state, and all of the rest already included. So as a step-by-step process, what I want to do first is go change the role of scheduler to myself. To do that, I'm going to go down to here to where the editor event role resides, click on that page. It will jump me here. And you can see that for event roles, I have 2, the requester, which is already populated by the requester's name, and the scheduler, which in this state, being brand new, is also the requester's name. What I want to do is change this to myself. So I will go ahead and click search, and I happen to know this is the CHABSS scheduler, so I'm going to search for that, and I can see his user is popped right up here. I'm going to click on that to select it. It moves to the right. Now, one thing to keep in mind, you'll notice the star here. By clicking the star, I've favorited this item, and what will happen is, you saw when I came in here that starred contacts was lit up by default, so that means it will always show me contacts that I've starred. So by starring myself, I'm always going to be in that list, and I will not have to search each time. So first step done. I've made myself in the role of the scheduler. This will help the end user if they want to contact the contact the scheduler. They can do so because my name is now associated with it. So step 2, what I want to do is go ahead and go up to the locations. This is the most important part. I can see this on this page. Here's locations. I'll click on that page. What this will show me are all of the locations that the user has requested. Now, what we've done is we've actually opened up a more complex event here. As you can see, there's 2 locations requested. They're echoed down here to show that these were the requests, these were the locations requested. And you can see that they're available by the 2 green checkboxes. If they were not available, you would see a red caution, small triangle there letting you know they're not. The software will only let people request spaces when they are available, so it would be very rare to see a caution or an unavailable down here. What I can do to further this on is simply click on each space. You will see it list over on the right hand side, SBSB 411. And you'll now note that I have selected these locations. Now the end user, the requester I should say, did this, but they don't have rights to book any of these spaces, so it has come to you. Now as the next step in the chain, you are actually able to request SBSB 411 all you want. Commons 206, however, will, when we're done, be sent off to another user to go ahead and confirm it. So we're actually, with this event, like the second step of 3. But I need to click both of these for all of the requests, all the spaces I should say, that the user has requested, so I get them over on the right side. Now that I've done this, the only step left is to go change the state of this event. So I'm going to click that first page you saw, and now I'm here, there's the state editor. Now something to keep in mind here, there's 2 states that I want to go to, tentative and confirmed. Ideally, I want to go to confirmed for the event to be completely done, and by confirmed we tell requesters that this happens when all of their spaces have been confirmed. So right now I only have the ability to confirm 411, not 206. So what I need to do is change this to tentative, because the next user in the list who can save 206 will go ahead and move it to confirmed. So now, by doing those 3 steps, changing the role of scheduler to myself, putting locations to selected, and now changing the state, I can save this event, which will save it into the system, and it will also launch a request to the next user in the chain to take care of Commons 206 and to get that done. Now once this is saved, I have a number of options that are available to me afterwards, including emailing the event, printing a summary to it, sending an email to the requester, showing them information, etc. And you can see these are all outlined here. Now this is important. We grabbed kind of a complex event first of all, because you'll notice that here's my indication that there's been one task assigned to somebody else other than me, and that was for Commons 206. And this will just give you a quick rundown of all of the options you've got. This is outlined in the manual as well, so you can go see more information on all of these things, all of these options that you've got. So pretty much I'm done with this event. I can close this and be completely done. So what it will do is it'll take me back to my search here that I was at of all requests. I want to go ahead and refresh this because it still has the view previously, and you'll see one item dropped completely off here. So I'm done with that. So what I'll do, just to kind of refresh you, I'm going to go ahead and book this particular one, do a little faster. I'm going to edit the event, and this will pull up. Now this is a slightly easier event in the fact that all I'm doing is requesting SBSB 411. One note to say here is, what we tell people when they request is if they're going to request any space on campus using SBSB 411, or their event contains SBSB 411, I say, we tell them to use the event type of CHABSS conference room. That's how it got to you. Now if they had requested something like the Clark only with no SBSB 411 in it, we would have told them to use the faculty staff event type, and you never would have seen this because all you're concerned about is just the SBSB 411 space. So I've got the event open for editing. First step, I want to scroll down here and go to the role. I want to change myself to the scheduler. So once this loads up, go down to this editor here, scheduler. Now you'll see, remember I starred myself? So I'm already listed when I click stars as right there. I just had to push it a little faster there. So that's done. Now I want to jump over here to locations. Whoops, wrong page. Go back down here. And what will happen, and you'll notice that once this loads up, I have actually information far and exceeding just these 3 things, but I'm more interested in this video to just get you through the scheduling. But you can see there's a number of options you have available to you and items to see what the requester actually put in. So I'm just going to go back up here, locations, just like I did last time. Oh, only one location here. Move it to the right. So I'm done with the second step. Third step, I'm going to jump back over to the state and final. And as I said before, because I could confirm all of the spaces that were involved, in this case just the one that I'm in charge of, SBSB 411, I can confirm this event. And then I save it, and that will be the end of this particular event. That will be saved, and I'm essentially done with this. Now I still have that one last event out there, but you can actually go into tasks, and this is covered in the scheduler's guide, and track events that you've sent out to other groups if you want to find out what did happen to that event. But primarily the role of the scheduler for CHABSS is to just schedule the SBSB 411 space. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. And if what it will do is direct me back to the search that I was doing, and I can refresh this again, and I can see that now I'm completely done. Now, these were just the requests. If I jump over to the actual events that are going on, you'll find that actually those two events are in here because I did go ahead on one of them, which only had 411, confirmed it, as you can see on the right, and we're done. I can see right here that this particular one, this meeting series, tentative state where I left it, because it's still going on in our space. I did book that and was able to confirm just that space. So you'll see, if you check back in there, you might see this switch over to confirmed, and you could actually go in and look at the details and see what happened to it. So essentially, just with those 3 steps on any event, changing the scheduler, adding the location, and then going ahead and changing the state, you can completely go through all of the events requests that will come to you. This is about it for this video. Please check through the Event Schedulers guide, and please follow up with any other questions that you have. Thank you very much.